think I just don't want my quads to shrink anymore because that's kind of my whole personality. So if jeans fit me from short stalls, then
you're upset.
Well, yeah. What else have I got?
Hello, good morning. It's Thursday the 7th of November at 8:21 and we're going to find out how broken I am, or at the very least how long it will take me to no longer be broken. Booked this appointment with Benji on Friday last week with my hip and my ankle being the main concerns, and since then my AC joint is gone. So my chickens are coming home to roost, as they say. Warning, by the way, Benji has a very, very strong accent, but not the one you might expect.
I mean, yeah, that's immediately agony.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
A bit surprising, isn't it?
The situs last time, February, January, fixed that with a lot of glute med work. This hasn't got any better. I'm absolutely fine jumping there. But then this, I think, is coming from a bit of a gait change that comes from when this gets pissed off, yeah.
When you came to see me last year with that hip,
yeah,
it was all on the right side.
Yeah.
The left was behaving. So we need to have a look at what's going on with the left now.
Anything below here, that crease, as soon as there's a hip fold, just feels a bit of a squeeze, and then it gets to here, and I feel a bit of a pull.
When you come back up.
Coming back up, and then actually when it's worst is when I then sort of properly relax and then walk in. It's that movement there, that's where it sort of flares a bit.
What do you feel when I do that?
So I probably need a comparison on the right, but just a little bit of a squeeze.
You're fine with that?
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of friction there, but I'm not sure.
Come on. What do you feel?
Weak.
Just because I'm so strong.
Yeah, that's it, of course.
Come on. And there is a lot more. Go for it. Okay, so we do have a little bit of weakness.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of something. It's like an inflammation warning shot. Just like, oh, don't push it here. So the only pain I've been dealing with for the past 4 or 5 weeks has been around the ankle and the calf. But the hip's only been a problem squatting until about mile 21 of the marathon, where I started to feel like that swelled up a little bit. There's no problem at all putting power or pressure through the squat pattern until there's a fold in my hip crease.
When you look at that ankle,
It's more like soleus just completely locks up, and then the whole ankle joint just becomes completely locked up. But the pain is calf mainly. It's just like ankle mobility just disappears, everything just locks up, and then I'm kind of running a bit like this.
Okay.
It just felt a little bit stiff. I assumed it was just kind of taper, fatigue, settling.
Were you a bit stressed about that marathon?
Not about the marathon, stressed about other things. Stress has been the highest it's been probably ever the past 6 months.
Quite stiff
Yeah.
in dorsiflexion, although not horrendous. That's quite tight, isn't it?
And that's where I'm starting to feel a bit of a pull in the calf
There.
midway up, a little bit higher. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's immediately agony.
No pain when you do that.
Nothing, no.
Can you push towards the wall there and do it again? Push. For the calf, just now I cannot see it being a big issue. I think we're just going to try to release all that and maybe work a little bit on your dorsiflexion.
So the first thing Benji did was just put me in some compromising positions and essentially assess where I'm tight, where I'm more mobile, where sort of the points of injury are coming from. It's been a difficult 6 months or so for me. I ran 250k in one go in March. Lots of volume building into that, obviously quite a big amount of volume doing the thing itself. And since then I've just kind of been dealing with niggles here, niggles there, lots of different things, and then rolled my ankle running across Ibiza in June, which has made running consistently and building momentum very difficult since. So my biggest frustration at the moment is that I can't really build momentum from a day-to-day well-being mental health point of view with my own training. Even putting big goals aside, I just want to be able to squat, I want to be able to run consistently, I want to feel comfortable on the bike, and I want to be able to just sort of go out my training in the short term. But it's been a very, very long time since I've had any sort of serious injury, so I guess that's a good thing in terms of managing the programming sensibly over the years. But given the amount of volume and intensity I push myself with, I guess it's hardly surprising that at some point I need to go and see Benji for some TLC. Most exciting thing, and the reason I travel an hour each way to see this very French man, is because he is one of the sensible physios that sees the value of having a gym for assessment in his physio office.
Hand over.
Yeah, not the other one.
Oh, the other one?
Yes.
That'll test the AC joint.
All that's harder. The hip is hinging quite a bit.
It immediately feels not very confident, like I don't really know how to engage.
Well, it's not that bad.
No, it's just control.
Any pain at the front of the head?
No.
No. Good.
Interestingly, controlling my hips. I'm feeling a pull on that one, as that one's not even working.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
So we clearly do have a little bit of weakness. There's clearly lack of control and lack of explosivity in that right leg. Okay. I think we just need to gently do go back on single leg work to try to get you a little bit stronger. So this time you more or less the same time, but we can see there's a lot more control with the left ankle.
Dorsiflexion limits to be there.
In the ankle, huh?
Yeah.
You could see the calf was starting to just blocking you. Try it on the other side now.
This should be humbling.
Very similar on both sides, which is a bit surprising, isn't it? I'm not worried at all about the hip. I think we're going to get it.
Okay.
Just like everything, it's going to take a few weeks.
I've had 2 squat sessions where I thought I was maybe okay. One, I worked up to 140 for 5, and on the 5th rep, it was a problem. Then I just went 60, 100, 120, 140, 160. Did 160 for a single, which moved really well, felt fine in the bottom. And then that was where I got here and felt that pull there, and then it was really bad there. It's less the weight and more the cumulative amount of squats before a certain point. A little bit at the top there. Yeah, then it's going.
Okay.
I can feel instability setting in there a little bit.
It seems that when you tilt, you get the pain.
Yeah.
And when you don't tilt, you don't have the pain. So there is something going on with that tilting. Okay, I'm not going to stop it happening, but we need clearly to try to control that. So I think we just need to look at that. We need to look at your balance and your work on one leg, and then just gently go back to going a bit lower. Not a lot of heavy weight to start with, and we're just hopefully going to build back up.
Yeah.
And a bit of work on your hip flexor.
What would that look like?
I'm going to show you.
Oh no.
Fun fact, Omnia Performance's Black Friday sale is currently live, and we have 40% off training plans, which have all been updated and improved across the board and are now even delivered to you in a new format, so you have much more autonomy over them. You don't need to reach out to us to request a new start date. You don't even need to input your start date. You can just purchase, have it added to your Training Peaks library, and use at your will. So use the code BF24 via the link in the description down below to get 40% off training plans. And if you book in a nutrition consultation anytime between now and the 2nd of December, then you can get 20% off with 3 months commitment, 30% off with 6 months commitment, and 40% off with a whole year commitment. So get that consultation booked in. Finally, just a reminder that the intake is still live for the wintering, currently on Black Friday pricing before going to full pricing on the 2nd of December. So be fast or be last, and check out the link in the description down below.
So yeah, I feel the hips working a lot harder there. Front squatting would be the thing I want to get back to most. I think I just don't want my quads to shrink anymore, because that's kind of my whole personality. So if jeans fit me from short stores, then
You're upset.
well, yeah, what else have I got?
I think we just go back to back squat. We're not going to go high reps, and we're not going to go high weight. Reintroduce squatting nicely and gently, reps of 5, 6 at that kind of baby weight for you. Things I cannot really explain to you why your hip flexion decided to be tweaker.
It's probably all down to 250, just deterioration, exposure. Any concerns about running whilst managing the hip? The ideal would be marathon in May, but running focused winter. So just stay on the bike until
yeah,
then.
on the bike, and then I'll see you next week, and then we just get you back to gentle running and put a program for that as well.
Okay, cool.
You've just done a lot this year, and I think that body is suffering. You are putting it through its paces.
This is just avoid doing anything.
Can you do that?
This is off. Sore, but
Okay, we will need to check that properly next week as well.
oh, well, that's disappointing.
But the hip itself is sound.
Okay, that's good news. Better than having a broken hip or a big tear or surgery required, which is always the things we want to avoid.
So that is just a bit of an insight into where I am currently with my injuries. It's been a little bit frustrating for me creatively and physically to be able to sort of put out the sort of YouTube content that I want. I appreciate I said sort of twice there, which is, let's just say, a product of my frustration. In that I want to be doing big training days, I want to be doing events, I want to be sort of documenting all the stuff that I know you guys love and I also love, but I'm currently dealing with a few niggles, so I just thought I'd bring you up to speed on how things are looking. I've got an action plan. I'm recording this bit about 2.5 weeks after after this was recorded. So actually there's been progress since then. I'm back running, things are feeling good, and I'm actually working through a few squat patterns, with box squats being the main one. Just a reminder that the Omni Performance Black Friday sale is live, and I will be sure to keep you updated as my injuries progress, because I'm hoping to do some big, intimidating challenges and some stupid YouTubery over the winter before a big and ambitious 2025. I hope you have the same coming up. Big and ambitious 2025. Let me know in the comments down below exactly what a big and ambitious 2025 looks like for you, and I will do the very same with you all shortly. So don't forget to like the video, comment with your thoughts, suggestions, and or feelings down below, as well as what you've got going on 2025. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button whilst you're there, and ding that little bell icon so that you don't miss any future uploads. Thank you very much for watching, and from a broken man to you all, goodbye.